Hi everyone. Today we have our full body mobility session. It's going to be nice and quick. We're going to do everything standing, so nothing on the floor, nothing seated. And we're going to target opening up all of our joints, head to toe, reducing tension, getting in those areas that are typically stiff and where we typically build up tension. So for starters, we're going to get into a wide stance. So slight bend in the hips, slight bend in the knees. Nice and slow, we're going to alternate bringing our arm overhead, coming back to center, and heading over to the other side. I want you to try to pair your breath with this one. So an inhale when you're in the center, and exhale when we reach over to the other side. Inhale, exhale. So I want you to picture the spaces between your ribs opening up. We're creating more space between the ribs, more room for our lungs to expand, reducing tension in the muscles that are associated with the ribs and our other breathing areas of the body. So this helps with our nervous system. This helps with our circulatory system, maximizing our breathing. So important. Good. You can bring those feet in if that's comfortable for you. We're going to grab our opposite elbow and just do a really gentle rotation side to side. If you feel any excess tension in your lower back or hip area, just move from the torso. So just focus on your chest and your chin moving from side to side. If it feels good for you, you can take that rotation all the way into the lower body, maybe even pointing the toe into the floor. And we're picturing our oblique, so our cross connection from our upper body to our lower body, really gently reducing tension, easing our spine into rotation. Good. Now keeping our feet still, a little quicker side to side. If this makes you feel dizzy, then just slow it down. Good. Let your arms go and keep up with that twisting. So you're just letting your arms flow, feeling a really gentle rotation throughout the spine. Good. Okay, next we're going to do our hip hinge. So we're sending our bum back, slowly letting our chest move towards the floor, feeling a nice stretch in the back of the legs, and then pressing through our heels to come back up. So I want us to focus on gently lengthening the muscles in the back of the leg. So you might feel this all the way up to the low back and all the way down to the heel or somewhere in between. Reminder, try to keep your weight in your heels here. And your first cue should be to pull your bum back, not necessarily to bring the chest forward. The chest will just naturally be guided towards the floor. And if you reach a spot where it's a nice stretch that you feel like it's really needed, maybe just stay here for a bit, rock back and forth. And making sure we're breathing. Good. Okay, next up, we're going to grab our hands in the middle of our body here. Going up crosswards, come back to center and other side. So we're focused on opening up our chest, the front of our shoulders, a gentle squeeze between our shoulder blades. By spreading your fingers apart here, you're getting that stretch all the way down the arm into the fingers. This is a really good one for desk workers or people who work with tasks in front of them. We don't always think to stretch out the muscles and joints that are involved in the wrist. Good, let those arms go. We're gonna get into a walk on the spot here. Just alternating, pressing our toes into the floor, getting the arms pumping. And we're going to turn our arms from this little pump into nice big arm circles backwards. And switch directions with your arms and keep up those feet. Good. Let your arms rest. Next up, just in a standing position, we're going to take our palms facing forward, about a 90-degree bend in our elbow. And we're just going to go all the way up, all the way down. So you're gently squeezing the shoulder blades together, nothing too intense. And we don't need this big arch in our back, just a gentle squeeze, moving the arms up and down. So you might feel a little bit of a burn in the shoulders here. And I want you to think of your shoulder blade rotating on the back of your rib wall. And that's what the shoulder blade does. It's one of the things that the shoulder blades do. So we're just encouraging that motion. Again, after a night of sleeping or a day of working at a desk or driving, our shoulders become a little stagnant in their motion. And then we can get symptoms all the way down the limbs, into the chest, affect our breathing, can affect things like headaches and neck pain. So we're just gently encouraging the rotation of our shoulder blades on our back. Couple more here. Good, let that go. Next up, we're going to go back to our hip hinge, but this time we're going to focus on one leg at a time. So it's a bit deeper of a stretch, and it's a bit more targeting the back of the thigh. So in a staggered stance, so we're going to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. If you're very challenged with balance today, you can widen your stance. This is a little bit more challenging. So we're in a staggered stance and we're just going to hinge forward, keeping our front leg straight, but letting our back knee bend. This should feel like a really nice stretch in the back of the leg here. You can even bring your toes up towards the ceiling for an extra stretch into the calf muscles, or if that's too challenging or doesn't feel good, you can just keep your ankle where it is and you're just focusing on that hip movement. Couple more. Good, let's switch sides. Other foot out front, find a comfortable base here. Hinging at the hips and standing back up. Always keeping our core engaged, slow and controlled in our movement. Keep breathing. Good. Okay. Next, we're just going to take it to the neck and shoulders here. So very gently, we're going to bring our chin down to our chest and back up really slow. When you look back up this time, bring your shoulders up towards your ears, big squeeze, and let the shoulders drop, chin back to your chest. And again, shoulders come up, squeeze up to your ears, and let that go. One more time. And let those shoulders melt, chin down. Okay, now let's bring our chin all the way up to the right. You'll feel a nice gentle stretch in this area of your neck here. Doesn't have to be very intense. We're just looking for mobility. Rolling forward to the other side. We're not looking to challenge the muscle groups. Just gently guiding our neck through its range. Good. Okay, shake that out. And we're going to end off with some big breaths using our whole body here. So a nice bend in the lower body. Bring our arms up. Maybe look up to the ceiling. And come back down. And again, breathe in. Exhale, come back down. If it feels good, you can go all the way into a bent over position. And come back up, standing tall, arms come up, looking up to our hands. A nice active stretch through the arms all the way to the fingers. One more here. And let that go. Okay, that's it for today. Great job. You should be feeling energized and a little less tension, especially in the neck and shoulders and into the hips and down to the feet. Good job, and we'll see you in the